Hi everybody, this is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop927. This is my review for today, and today's review, ladies and dudes, well my friends, the long wait is over. I'm sure that everybody's looking forward to my latest movie review, and to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, it's finally here. So for my 21st movie review is Tron Legacy. One of the best science fiction films of all time, and to me, in my opinion, this is one of the best science fiction films I have ever seen in my life, with fantastic special effects and a really awesome score. So without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my 21st movie review of Tron Legacy. So the movie starts off around 20-something years ago, where a young kid named Sam Flynn, who, he had a really good relationship with his father, named Kevin Flynn. Kevin was telling Sam so many good stories about his great adventures to this mysterious science fiction world called the Grid. And the Grid is one of the most biggest science fiction places that you'll ever go in. And that was the final time that Sam only seen his father for the very last time while he's going to his arcade to do his, his business and all that stuff. And yes, 20 years later, he's gone missing. Everybody has no idea where he is, including for Sam. Sam had already know where his father is. So he is going on to the most biggest adventure of his life to see the Grid. And the Grid was so freaking awesome. It is one of the most fantastic, magical places I have ever seen in this film. So while Sam is on his biggest adventure of his life, he has to go to so many challenges, like disc wars or motorcycle wars, and meeting some mysterious people who are programmers, and while he's the only dude who's a user. But the only thing that he cares about is he needs to find his father and try to know where he is. But he needs to be careful because there's a villain on loose, a dude named Clue. And Clue is the one who's controlling the Grid for the last 20-something years ago. So there's only a couple of questions in the remain in this movie. Will ever Sam find his father on time in the world of the Grid? Or will ever Clue is going to destroy their plans while Sam is trying to make up a plan to get his father home back to the real world where he belongs? Or what's going to happen while they are in the mysterious world called the Grid? And I will say that's my whole entire plot of Tron Legacy, and to tell you the truth is, my friends, I really do love this movie. It had a fantastic storyline. It has likable characters. I love the special effects. I love the score. And I will say that Tron Legacy was definitely way better than the original Tron movie back from the 80s, if you know what I mean. So anyway, ladies and dudes, let's head on to the strongest points and the weakest points of Tron Legacy. I will say for my strongest points of Tron Legacy will have to be the details. I mean, I love every single details of this movie. For only two things: the special effects and the score. I love every single detail that involves the Grid. I mean, I really like the lighting feel to it, and it has really cool light thingy, whatever it's called. I really love the costumes. I love every single area of some buildings here and there. It was freaking fantastic. It's a great, mind-blowing world that's kind of mysterious, but yet so unknown. And also for the score, I really love the score that's been made by Daft Punk. I mean, Daft Punk did a fantastic job with this fantastic score. It really, really did fit the movie very well. if you know what I mean. It was frickin' awesome, for real. And as for the weakest points for Tron Legacy, I only got two main weak points of this movie. The first one will have to be with those two characters, one called Clue and the other Zeus. I will say for Clue, I will say he was an okay villain. He's not really my favorite. After all, Jeff Bridges played this mysterious villain that he created, for the last 20-something years ago. I will say, yeah, he was okay character, but there's two things I really don't like about this villain. One, he is controlling our good old main hero, Tron, the guy who's a protector for the users. And he used Tron as his puppet for his own selfish reasons. And, trying to make him evil and all that stuff. I really don't like that part. And the other reason I don't like about Clue, there was a part in this movie that he had a little bit of lust feelings on Cora. And I was afraid that maybe later on in the movie he wants to have sex with her or something. Oh boy. Okay, that was a little bit too carried away for this movie. After all, it's a rated PG film, for goodness sakes. Here's an unknown question to all of you. Do you think that Clue is being a pervert on poor Cora? If you know what I mean. So do you think he is being a bit too much of a pervert in that movie? If you did see that scene. And the other one is other character named Zeus. What do I say about Zeus? He is too much of a weirdo character in my opinion. He's just being too crazy, being the ruler of this bar, and he did a lot of silly things here and there, but the biggest problem I have with this character is I think he can be a little bit gay. I mean, he's way too gay for this movie, and that's one of the things I do feel uncomfortable with in this movie is a guy named Zeus who's being way too much of a host in a party, and he's kind of gay, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I really don't like those two characters. Well, Clue he was an okay villain. And the second weak point is, I just feel so darn sorry for Tron. I will say Tron did not get much of a role in this movie. I'm glad that guy named Bruce, he did came back and reprised his role as those two characters that he played in this film. I feel kind of sorry for him for not having much of a role in this movie. And he did not have much dialogue to say when he played Tron. I just wish that he should add a little bit more lines and a bit more dialogue for this character. I really like Tron. He was a really cool character, and he's freaking awesome. I like his personality, his attitude. But the only thing I'll never forget about Tron is the first time that I saw him is in Kingdom Hearts 2, and to tell you the truth is, that Bruce guy was the only dude who came from a live-action movie. He was the only one who came back and reprised his role. For real. If you guys did see the Kingdom Hearts 2 or not. So anyway, those are my two main weakness points for the movie, is those two characters from, the two villains for Tron Legacy, and the other is poor Tron did not get much of a role. So anyway, that's my strongest points and the weakest points of Tron Legacy. And now, let's go on to some other characters in the movie. I will say there were only 3 good characters I do love in this movie. The first one I want to talk about is Cora. This mysterious warrior who came out of nowhere. I mean, she was a really good character. I really love her personality. I love her attitude. She's a very mysterious character. She has some good fighting moves here and there. And I like the part where she does care about the Flynn family a lot, and she does feel like that she is a part of the family. It was so nice. And I do like a couple of moments here and there where she has some good times with them together. So she could be a part of the Flynn family, if you know what I mean. Then we got Kevin Flynn, played by Jeff Bridges. I will say, in my opinion, Kevin Flynn, Jeff Bridges' character, I think this is Jeff Bridges' most best character, his best performance, and his best role. I really love Kevin Flynn. He has a great personality, great attitude. He's a fantastic creator for the Tron world, and he's very wise, he's very mysterious, and he's freaking cool. I really like this character a lot, and to me, in my opinion, this is Jeff Bridges' best movie, in my own opinion. Since I've never seen any other movies that he worked on, maybe a little bit here and there, but I will say Tron Legacy is definitely his best movie. And as for the last character I want to talk about is Sam Flynn. I will say Sam Flynn is definitely my most favorite character in the whole entire movie. I mean, he's a frickin' bad A-word character. I love his storyline. I love his personality. I love his style. He has a really cool style for this character. I mean, he is freaking awesome. What else could I say? Sam Flynn is so darn awesome, and I really like the actor who plays this awesome character. What else I could say? Sam Flynn, he rocks! And now, ladies and dudes, here are my final thoughts of Tron Legacy. Overall, Tron Legacy is one of the most coolest movies of all time, and one of the most underrated sequels of all time. It had a good storyline, good characters here and there, some likable, some not, great science fiction feel to it, great special effects, great score, and to me, in my opinion, this is one of my most coolest movies of all time, and it's so freaking epic! So you better watch this movie to believe it. And so, for my rating for 1 to 10, I decided to give Tron Legacy a 9 out of 10. This is one awesome movie. You better check this movie out to believe it. If you know what I mean. So anyway, ladies and dudes, that's my 21st movie review of Tron Legacy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and join me next time for my next movie reviews to come, around later on future. But anyway, be prepared for my 2nd anniversary video as I count down my top 10 best lines from Bryan Mills. So be prepared for that one to come, and I will see you all later. Sayonara.